Okie dokie. Oh man. Well, dear Fortuna, I have terrible news. Please invite me to your home ASAP. Oh no. Well, great. Fucking super. Lay it on me, dude. Fortuna. What is it? What happened? It's about your leader. What? What about Adana? Is she dead? Oh! I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I swear to God, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Adana is dead. It wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me. I would have done it, but I didn't. I promise. We are reunited here today to say goodbye to our good friend Patrice. Wait, what? Patrice? She lived intensely and died on her own terms. We're returning her body to the earth just as she wished. Naked and covered in flowers, my body to the soil, my soul to my sister, to the stars. You lived in beauty and depart in beauty. Now, some words from her eldest son. I'm not good with speeches, so excuse my brevity. I'll always be in awe of all the life my mother brought into this world. And I'm not only talking about her numerous children and grandchildren. I'm talking about her words, her ideas, her wisdom. I don't know if any of us will ever achieve the clarity my mother had. With her gone, we've lost the brightest light in the universe. I wish any of our dads were decent enough to be half the person our mother was. I wish any of them were brave enough to have stayed by her side. Today I didn't only lose my one true parent, but also my idol. Adios, mama. Te quiero. Thank you, Pedro. Now, Mr. Stanton, you wanted to say something too? That's right, thank you. I feel lucky that you're all letting me be part of this moment. I wanted to share with you how much of an inspiration her family was to her. She always spoke of you so dearly. She loved you more than anything. Patrice could strike you as a cynical person at first. She always had that I'm too smart to be wasting my time with you vibe. But she was ultimately driven by love. Love of life and of the human experience. I've been extremely fortunate to have been her editor for the past 20 years. And I know for a fact that she has been a mother not only to you, but to the hundreds and thousands of readers around the globe. Her unique perspective on pleasure and joy has been an inspiration for many women from many cultures. She is leaving a bleeding wound inside many hearts, but also a legacy. The world is stronger and healthier thanks to her. And that feeling, that energy will never die. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Now, to proceed with the last rites, Maria Fortuna. I'm just gonna assume that's Fortuna and speak with my normal voice. This is already a lot of different voices. Oh, wait, I want to speak too. Oh, of course, go ahead. Grandma. Just kidding, that's a child, I guess. Grandma, you aren't really gone, are you? That body covered in flowers? You just had to leave that old husk behind, right? We had so many plans, so many ideas. I can't accept that you'd let a stupid cancer take away what we were building together, right, Yaya? You haven't betrayed me, have you? Oh, just kidding, it is Fortuna. Wait a minute, Grandma. Wait, what? I'm confused. What? Fortuna. It's okay, Pedro. Let her express herself. I can't do this by myself. I'm confused. I'm just gonna go with this voice, I guess. Did you run off to the stars to look for your sister? Okay, just kidding. Maybe it's not. I'm confused. I promised you'd take me with you to see the cosmos. If you don't come back right now, I'll never forgive you. Maria, I'm sure your grandmother will keep guiding you from wherever she is. One never truly leaves this world. Patrice's body may turn to dust. Patrice's voice may have gone silent. But her essence is an everlasting gift we'll never lose. Patrice, she's broken free from that name. Now we'll call her Autumn. We'll call her tears and fragrance, a mid-afternoon dream. Enough with the cheesy poetry already. I'll never understand my grandmother or what we were doing together. Maria, I'm sorry for your loss. Now, if no one has any more words to share, we'll return her to the earth. May your soul bless the stars, Patrice. So, my prediction finally came true, eh? You managed to live 59 years, 11 months, and 21 days. For a second, I believe you'd be able to break free from your fate. You remained a tough bitch even in death. It's too hard to do this without your witty comebacks. I'm sorry I didn't come and visit you after I ascended, but time among the stars sure flies, and I wasn't sure how you'd deal with the fact that your sister became a witch. I'm so sorry. That night on the beach, I started walking into the sea and never looked back. But somehow you knew, eh? You knew I wasn't dead. You're the only thing I missed from my time as a mortal. It's been tough up there without you. What about one last reading, for all time's sake? What should I ask about? I wonder how our relationship would have been if I had stayed. Do you mind if I indulge, Patrice? Oof. Hermit's lantern is the lamp of truth, used to guide the unknowing. He holds a patriarch's staff to help him navigate narrow paths as he seeks enlightenment. His cloak is a form of discretion. I'd have married one of your husband's brothers and we'd have had a bit... Interesting. This is an interesting take on the Hermit card, but okay. Would have run a popular magazine together with Ava as editor-in-chief. I like this one better. We would have run a popular magazine together with Ava as editor-in-chief. We'd have traveled the world interviewing many celebrities. We'd have given a voice to many women. We'd also have made a lot of people angry with our revolutionary ideas. Patrice, I missed you so much. I'm gonna miss you so much. What the hell am I doing? Reading into the hypothetical? How can I be this cowardly? I owe you more than this. First and only time I read into someone's death was for you. And it's the last present I'll get real. I'll read beyond your death. I'm scared of that presence I found when you dared me to read into your demise. It was lurking there, watching us from the unknown. I'll look into its eyes now, to see for myself where we're sending you off to. Oh, Beast is the keeper of everything that's forbidden. Your servants ooze with lust and invite you to fall into temptation, enlightenment beyond corruption. Become an archivist of occult texts. An intergalactic detective? I mean, this sounded cool up until I read this one. Hello? Wait a minute. It's gotta be that. You'll become an intergalactic detective. You'll accept cases from witches and supernatural beings alike. What? I think I lost my talent. This doesn't make any sense. What in the cosmos am I doing? I'm sorry, Patrice. I'm just spewing nonsense. Don't leave me. Oh. 6 feet under my ass. Patrice? Fortuna? What is this? Is this the other side? Why are you in cosplay? Patrice, oh my god, I love you. I love you too, silly. Are we ghosts? What the fuck? No, Patrice, this is the real world. I'm a witch. And I believe you are one now too. Fuck me. Oh my god, you've gotta be joking. That's fucking crazy. What in the hell? What the hell? Oh no. Fortuna, it's imperative that we speak before I vanish. Adana. Okay. What? That's Adana? Ain't no way. Hello, Fortuna. Is something the matter? I heard you were dead? That's correct. You never met the corpse of a witch. I keep forgetting how young some of you are. I always thought of death as just that, the end. It can be if you are killed or erased, but a witch also dies when they lose the will to live. Now I'm but an aimless corpse waiting to be consumed by your sisters or to be scattered through the cosmos. Why are you visiting me then? Think of me as a ghost, dealing with loose ends. In that case, my exile is over? I'm afraid it's not. Reviewing sentences now falls upon the next leader of the coven. And who might that be? It's yet to be decided. I sense something different about you. What have you done? You've grown. You feel like an adult witch now. It's a shame I didn't get to meet you in this form. I don't know what you're talking about. What loose end have you come to tie up here anyway? You. I want to ask you what you've learned during this brief isolation. The exile isn't a fucking constructive solution. The coven should actively work to make witches understand their mistakes and ensure a healthy coexistence. That path leads to weakness. It's just the opposite. Every witch should work on herself to make the coven stronger, not burden it with her shortcomings. Whatever. What was I supposed to fucking learn? Allow me to explain. You've been wrong all along in calling your talent divination. What is tarot then, if not divination? I should tell you about the nature of this universe, the secret of reality. Consciousness is a responsibility. Everything that is sentient modifies the nature of the realm we inhabit. All that has happened, every phenomenon, is only real because it has been perceived. The parts of the universe that have not been measured are yet to be defined. Your arts do not predict events, they define them. Unknowingly, you are shaping what didn't happen in the past as well as what is yet to happen. You're not a reader. You're a writer. I fucking knew it. Well, I didn't know it, but I was thinking about this. That's why I exiled you. When you predicted the falling of this coven, you were, in actuality, dooming us all. I have worked hard to prevent that omen, and I am still not sure if I have succeeded. Only time will tell. Why are you telling this to me now? Because I'm dead, and I deem it better that you become aware of the magnitude of your ability, since I will not be here to protect the coven from you any longer. Why didn't you just tell me to begin with? Because I was afraid you would write me off this plane, well aware you despise me. Keeping you away from your deck was the only way I could think of to ensure some stability for the coven. Come on, I'm not the villain you fucking think I am. Likewise. Fair enough. Remember, you can manipulate everything that does not exist. The future is the most obvious implication, but I'm also talking about the past. You can alter anything that did not happen. So, Dahlia's past then. Damn. The coven is about to go through some turbulent times. I do not think you are mature enough to handle your talent. But it's not in my hands anymore. Do as you please with this knowledge. Okie dokie. Thanks for telling me all this, I guess. I have a parting gift. Oh, thanks. Dear substance of kin, forsake the mortal hex, abandon flesh, abandon sinew. Thou art now my magic, thou art no more sin. Damn, this costs a fortune. Thanks for fucking nothing, Jesus. This is a super arcana. Okay. Any card created with this image will allow you to access more readings than with a regular card. How did you... Even if you believe me a farce, the gods truly speak to me. They told me about the new deck you're crafting. This custom deck suits your arts better than the limited tarot. So, my decision to have you exiled is paid off in the end. So what? Do you expect me to thank you? I expect nothing. I'm dead. This will be the last time we speak. Do you wish to say anything else to me before my departure? This isn't fair. I love fighting words. But you're being incredibly civil. And so it feels out of place. Thanks, I fucking guess. This doesn't necessarily have to be a positive. You know? Thanks for fucking everything. You're welcome. Know you made many of us miserable. I made you stronger. Yeah, okay, Mom. I'll leave now. Wait. Ugh. I don't want your stupid fucking advice. Fuck off. Happy you're dead. Have fun. Irrelevant. Goodbye. Unpleasant. Are you alright? No. I don't know yet. Still processing. Ask me again in like 20 minutes. Why? This is too much responsibility. I shouldn't toy with people's fates, or even worse, their pasts. I concede to you that messing with the past is somewhat unsettling. But the future... Aren't we all messing with each other's lives all the time anyway? You just happen to have the upper hand. I don't know. I mean, that does make sense. More than that, as the sole possessor of this talent, you have the responsibility to use it. You have the power to change this universe for the better. Own it. Yeah, maybe you have a point there. Some individuals lead covens, some others run societies, some beings can eat whole galaxies. I mean, I have the power to grant wishes. Own your talents, Fortuna. Yeah, you're right. But these cards, it's not like I have total control over the readings. There's still chance involved in the shuffling. What if a card only offers me tragic outcomes? You'll have to face some tough decisions, sure. But that's just like the rest of us. Sometimes there are no good outcomes. You have a talent for putting a spin on dire situations, don't you? I've found myself stuck between a rock and a hard place too many times. I have a knack for looking on the bright side, for my own sake. That's really human of you. Or that's really behemoth of humans. I was here first. As I said, true reality spinner. Adana told you reality is modified by consciousness. I may be a master of that. In any case, I may need some time before I feel ready to read the cards again. Nonsense. I need you back in the game as soon as possible. Do you want me to look into what was bothering you then? Well, I'm not gonna push you, dude, but it's alright, I won't push you. Thank you. I'll tell you what, let's put your talent to work in service of more immediate benefits. What about altering the Coven's relationship with behemoths now that Adana is gone? That's not a bad idea. But what if what we find in the cards isn't good? I don't think there's anything worse than being forbidden and hunted. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's put this deck to use. Let's see. We want to look into how the Coven deals with behemoths. Right. And then we'll look into what's worrying you. No, I told you. That's not going to happen. Alright, had to try one last time. Shuffling. Oh. Moonstone Temple's gateway to illumination. Single space scout can carry the will of a civilization. Ripe with the loneliness of one who left their planet. Glass doll and the snow cat's eyes are teeming with primal urges. Determination, rightfulness, interest. I mean, this seems like a good card, if you ask me. Get to coexist in harmony. Yes. Good, yes. Love that. Behemoths and witches will get to coexist in harmony. That is delicious. I can't believe it's gonna be as easy as that. You're the most terrifying witch I've ever met. A single sentence to solve all our problems. I mean, I still have trouble picturing this actually happening, and just because I read it that easy doesn't mean it's gonna be that easy in reality. Feels weird now, being aware that whatever comes out of my mouth will come true. Although, it's always been like that, I guess. What were the other options? I'd rather not say. Feels like I'd corrupt the reading if I reveal them. Understood. Thank you, Fortuna. This means a lot to me. Not once in the history of this universe has anyone ever done so much for a behemoth. I mean, this wasn't just for you. Peaceful coexistence will be good for everyone. Of course. I'm thankful anyway. You're welcome. Your deck feels way more dangerous now. Doubt I'll ever subject myself to your divination again. In all the universes I've existed in, nothing has ever made me feel so fragile. You must use these powers wisely, beg of you. Whoa, never expected to get a behemoth to beg, but also you were just trying to fucking convince me to use them. Make up your mind. This is serious indeed. It's not a laughing matter, Fortuna. Hey, don't look at me. You're the one who's always teasing when it comes to life or death issues. Got a taste of my own medicine, huh? Now I see it's not funny. Please, accept my apologies. Come on, don't be so uptight. I've got your back. Sure. Look, you've got mail. Right, let's see. Oh, hell yeah, the besties. Hold on. Now that it's a new chapter, right? I think we swapped chapters. Honestly, the shock of being thrust into Patrice's funeral was kind of distracting. Can I read more? I can. The MetaNet by Clara Donia. The MetaNet is the largest social and neurological network in the world. It keeps you hyper-connected in the present. In exchange, your past is fading away. Whoa. There's someone in the realms of the past you do not want to forget about. Seems contradictory, but you've been feeling ever so lonely. The cards in the hyper-reality tarot do not lie. He's important. You know well to trust the readings of the algorithm. There's a sacrifice to be made. All the links you've built in the network, all the people you know will be lost forever in data oblivion. Except they won't. You download all the data of your years in the MetaNet, all the names and avatars and interactions and moments shared. This encyclopedia of your life online will be printed in reality, ready for you when you leave. The person you're trying to find is somewhere in the data. You met him in the online lands. But he left the MetaNet back to reality. He felt his life there wasn't enough. You're going to do the same, right? Feels like the correct thing to do. Yeah, sure. Right? We were already planning to leave, weren't we? It sounded that way. You're ready to take a look back at reality. Must have been forever. Time warps in the MetaNet. You do it. You turn off your network. You remove all the systems that kept you connected from your head. The loneliness feels overwhelming in a home you had forgotten. The beam of natural light coming through the window is unbearable. But then you see the outsiders through the window. The outsiders never adapted to the MetaNet. You watch them go about their disconnected lives. Maybe it's not so bad out here. Time starts moving at a measurable pace. You love clocks. You remember when they took them away in the MetaNet, but you don't remember much more. Days go by and you remember how to do some basic stuff to survive outside. Oh, hell yeah, I love eating. You gain access to memories of your favorite dish and happy dinner times. There's a warmth you haven't felt in a long time, but there's something you're forgetting. Days go by and you remember your corporeal form. Oh hell yeah, hair is great. Gain access to memories of time spent in front of the mirror, admiring your hair, touching it. There's a sense of security that you haven't felt in a long time, but there's something you're forgetting. Days go by and you remember pleasures. I mean, if I have to pick, I guess nature. Gain access to memories of time spent walking through the fields and the forest near your house. There's a feeling of freedom that you haven't felt in a long time, but there's someone you're forgetting. Feels good out here. The MetaNet feels like a bad dream that you escaped. Comes with the realization that the MetaNet and reality are incompatible. Every day your memory of it fades. But something doesn't feel right. You don't want the MetaNet to disappear from your memory entirely. Then you remember your encyclopedia, a history book of your past self waiting to be read. You printed it before you disconnected, filled to the brim with data, innumerable sheets sit in your printer. And that triggers a remembrance of him. You were so caught up adapting and enjoying reality that you had forgotten. His name, avatar, and your past together have to be there somewhere. But if you had forgotten, is he really that important? Do you really want to go back and look at a past that you would prefer to lose sight of? I mean, we saved it for a reason. I forget important stuff all the time, and it doesn't make it any less important. Gather the sheets from the printer. It takes you days to put the sheets together. Their volume is colossal. The weight in your hands makes you shiver. Years of your life minutely detailed. You wonder how you would find his name among billions of data points. Start to look at the sheets. The lack of time in the metanet makes it near impossible to order them chronologically. But there's something else. So much of it you could have remembered or recognized when you were connected. Outside, you realize it makes nearly no sense. Days go by and you manage to piece together small timelines, tiny interactions of a life spent online. Some lingo you recognize, but most of it seems like an ancient language. None of the data feels like him, but you start to wonder if you would be able to recognize it now if you had it in front of you. Months later, you start to forget even what you had put together. Words and names escape you. Avatars look nightmarish. The sole purpose of the task starts to slip from your memory. You don't remember him anymore. Years later, you look at the pages, scrutinizing their purpose. The encyclopedia of data sits in your library among fiction novels. Damn. Sure, let's study. What do we have here? 4 elements. Fire. Out of fear, fire is the most respected element. Since it's always represented conflict, fire is an element that most initiates tend to avoid. Who would desire conflict? However, ignoring conflict will leave you at its mercy, a witch shouldn't live with her eyes closed. As with any other element, fire is within everything. There's fire inside a cup of tea for its potential to be poisoned, to burn your tongue, or because it reminds you of a deceased lover. There's a fire within any friendship. Even if they're kept at bay, concepts such as rivalry, envy, or anxiety are always present among sentient beings. It's when you ignore them that you can become possessed by them. A master of fire is able to walk among the flames because they know them and know how to avoid getting burned. Moreover, a master of fire is a force to reckon with should they decide to unleash those flames. Something curious happens, though, if a witch decides to combine fire with fire. Rebirth. The nature of entropy pushes everything towards its ends. However, the end is the beginning of a new end, which is the beginning of yet another end. Ad infinitum ad nauseam. Fire and fire open the gates to everything new. Take a nap. I'll just take a little nap. I need water. Oh, hey, this card again. You find yourself at the age of 5 collecting bones from small animals in the middle of a red forest, loaded with autumn leaves. A misstep makes you drop the bones into the river and the water catches fire. Damn! That's some of our dreams are cool as hell, dude. Okie dokie.